Hello, children. I welcome you all to this English class. Today's session, we are going to learn from grammar. The title is Prepositions. What is preposition? A preposition is an important part of the English language. Do you know that? It is used to show a relationship between the noun and pronoun in a sentence. A preposition must always be followed by a noun or pronoun in a sentence. It can never be followed by a verb. Let's see few examples. The tea should be put straight into the pot. Into is a preposition. He will come here after a week. After is a preposition. We are not interested in your story. In is a preposition. The food is not to my taste. To is a preposition. You will have to wait until my return. Until is a preposition. Hope you have learned all these things in your previous classes. Am I right? Yes. Now we see few commonly confused prepositions. First one is since and for. We use since to indicate the beginning of a time period until the present. Since is used for the starting point of the actions, events, or states of being. Since can only be used with the perfect tense. Example, Yuvan has been playing badminton well since 2014. Here, Yuvan started playing in the year of 2014, but the action of playing is continuing till now. We use for when we are talking about an amount of time, how long something happens. Usually, we use it with a period of time. It can be specific or general. For can be used with all tenses. Example, Yuvan has been playing badminton for the past 4 years. Here, the action of the playing is happened only for 4 years. Now we see difference between above and over. Above, it means in a higher place. Above is usually used when we want to say that something is higher than another object. Moreover, it also hints of a certain position. Example, my brother lived in the mountains above the lake. Next one is over. Over means covering or onto of. Over is used when one thing covers another or lays on the top of it. When we say over, it conveys a sense of movement as well as a sense of covering a large area. Example, I saw a helicopter fly over a lake. Let's see the difference between below and under. Below is preferred when one thing is not directly under another. Example, her head was below the level of the table, so nobody noticed her. Even we are using below in the measurements of the temperature and the height. Example, the part of the city or below the sea level. Under is preferred when something is covered by what is over it. Example, the whole village was under water. We use under to mean less than or younger than. Example, there were under 10 students in the class. Now we see the difference between along and through. Along is used to show the length of the subject or lengthwise comparison of something. It denotes the companionship of the noun with something. For example, a man walked along the side of the river. Through describes the movement of the noun from one side to another. It can also denote the movement of something in a closed passage. It describes the movement from a starting point to a stopping point. For example, hunters walked through the forest. Now we see difference between among and between. We use between when referring to one-to-one relationships. For example, he stood between his mother and his father. And we use among when referring to indistinct or non-specific relationships. For example, she lived among artists and writers. Let's see the difference between before and after. Before is at an earlier time. We used it for the second action in a phrase when we mention two actions. For example, before eating food, we clean our house. After is behind or later in time. We used it for the first action in a phrase when we mention two actions. For example, after eating food, children love playing. Let's see prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is a group of words consisting of a preposition, its object, and any words that modify the object. Most of the time, a prepositional phrase modifies a verb or a noun. A prepositional phrase consists of one preposition and the object it governs. It normally consists of a preposition and a noun or a preposition and a pronoun. For example, the rabbits hopped through the garden. The cupcake with colorful sprinkles, yours. We learned that adjectives tell which one, what kind, how much, and how many about a noun or a pronoun. And we learned that adverbs tell where, when, how, and to what extent about verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Sometimes the answers to those questions take more than one word. Often those phrases are prepositional phrases. For example, the flower in the vase is a pennoi. Which one is a pennoi? The flower in the vase is a pennoi. Second one, the umbrella with the polka dot is Mary Annie's. So what kind of umbrella? With the polka dots. We will be going to the movies. Where will be going? To the movies. My lunch period is after science. So when is my lunch period? After science. You are walking on your tiptoes. So how are you walking? On your tiptoes. Let's see few common prepositions. Some prepositions are helps to show time, place, direction or movement and manner. Let's see one by one. Preposition of time. After, around, at, before, between, during, from, on, since, for, within. The second one is preposition of place. Above, across, against, along, around, behind, beside, beyond, down, inside, near, over, through, toward, under. And the next one is prepositions of direction or movement. At, for, on, to, in, into, onto, between. And the last one is prepositions of manner. By, on, in, like, with. Let's see more examples for preposition and prepositional phrases. He drove over the bridge. The books belong to Anthony. The present inside the box is mine. The car beside the red one is the one I want to buy. The sun is above the clouds. I got a package from a friend. All rooms below deck are for sleeping. I have liked that song since 1999. The extra blanket is in the box under the bed. She lives near her workplace. So, the underlined words are prepositions and prepositional phrases. Now we are going to see conjunction. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word that joins two or more words, phrases, clauses or sentences. For example, Ron likes tea but Sam likes coffee. Conjunctions are divided into three parts: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. Let's see one by one in detail. First one is coordinating conjunctions. A coordinating conjunction connects words, phrases, or groups of words in a sentence. Words or phrases being connected should be equal or similar. For example, she came first, therefore she got a good seat. There are seven main coordinating conjunctions in the English language. An easy way to remember the coordinating conjunction is to remember fanboys. F for A and, N nor, B but, O or, Y yet, S so. So, coordinating conjunctions always go between the words or phrases that they are connecting. Let's see few coordinating conjunctions express and also as well as used as a cumulative conjunction or else otherwise used as a choice conjunctions. Yet, but, still, while, nevertheless, whereas used as a contrast conjunctions. So and so, therefore, consequently, for used as a consequence conjunctions. Let's see more examples for coordinating conjunctions. I take milk and sugar in my tea. He was very hungry, so he ate all the cake. Would you prefer coffee or tea? The weather is cool yet pleasant. Bill refused to eat peas, nor will he touch carrots. She took the subway, but there was a delay. The underlined words are examples of coordinating conjunction. Now we see subordinating conjunctions. A conjunction which adds an independent class with a dependent class is called a subordinating conjunction. Example, I started writing when I was 8. He inspires me always because he believes in me. Subordinating conjunctions express before, after, when, while, till used to show time. Where, wherever, whether, whither used to show place. Has, as if, as though used to show manner. Has, than used for comparison. Because, since, for used for causes or reason. That, so that used to show result or consequences. So that, in order that used in the place of purpose. If, unless, provide, even if used to show condition or concession. Though, even though, although used to show the place of contrast. Let's see more examples from subordinating conjunctions. When the doorbell rang, my dog Skeeter barked loudly. I love kittens because they are so cute. Can you show me how to use the computer? Don't do anything until I come back. Unless you ask her, you will never know. Before he contacted me, I was going to call him. So, the underlined words are the examples of subordinating conjunctions. Let's see correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions are sort of like tag team conjunctions. They come in pairs and you have to use both of them in different places in a sentence to make them work. They get their name from the fact that they work together and relate one sentence element to another. Correlative conjunctions include pairs such as both and, either or, neither nor, whether or, not only but also, such that, scarcely, when, no sooner than, has, so that, and rather than. Let's see more examples for correlative conjunctions. She is both intelligent and beautiful. I will either go for a hike or stay home and watch TV. Jerry is neither rich nor famous. No sooner I had finished watering the garden than it started raining. I am totally confused. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. He not only studies hard but also works well. So, the underlined words are the examples of correlative conjunctions. Let's see connectives or linkers. What are connectives or linkers? Connectives are words that join or link ideas in a sentence. They can also be used to connect ideas together in separate sentences and to link ideas between paragraphs. For example, Tom is rich whereas Jack is poor. In spite of the rain, she walked to the station. Let's see the types of connectives one by one. Adding connectives. These connectives used to add further information in a sentence. Example, as well as, moreover, to, also, besides, furthermore, in addition, etc. Next one is comparing connectives. We use these connectives to compare two different ideas with each other. Example, similarly, likewise, like, whereas, equally, in the same way, etc. Sequencing connectives. These connectives help to develop the logical sequence of our ideas. They enable us to show chronological order too. Example, first, second, third, after, eventually, finally, meanwhile, now, subsequently, next, etc. Contrasting connectives. These connectives helped to compare and contrast a thing or an idea in a sentence. Example, unlike, instead of, otherwise, whereas, on the other hand, nevertheless, in spite of, despite, notwithstanding, etc. Qualifying connectives. These connectives help to explain why something may change because of something else. Example, but, however, unless, although, if, except. Temporal connectives. Time connectives are words or phrases which are used to tell a reader when something is happening. They are sometimes called temporal connectives. Example, during, earlier, later, meanwhile, whenever. Illustrating connectives. These connectives are used when we want to give an example of something. Example, such as, for example, for instance, in the case of. Next one is cause and effect connectives. These connectives help to explain why something happens. For example, consequently, therefore, thus, because, due to, as a result of. Conditional connectives. Conditions are expressed through these conditional connectives. Example, if, unless. Place connectives are helped to show place. Example, beneath, near, beyond, below. And the last one is emphasizing connectives. These help to highlight our ideas. For example, especially, in particular. Let's see examples for all these connectives. At last, she passed the math exam. You cannot walk to school unless you take a friend. We went out in spite of the rain. The weather was snowy, yet it was not cold. Though the meal was spicy, it was really delicious. They lost the game, nevertheless, they continued to play. Take your umbrella, otherwise, you will get wet. Okay, children, up to this, the grammar is over. If you have any doubt, you can ping me personally to clear all your doubts. Okay? Thank you.